All right, my friends, today I'm taking a question from Paul, who lives in Missouri here in the United States. I'm a reliability engineer. I spend 50% of my time on reactive maintenance, the issue of the day, and 50% of my time problem solving our strategic issues, actually reliability engineering work. However, actions are rarely taken from my findings. For example, when RCAs are conducted, the actions aren't implemented into the standard work. What advice do you have? Great question from Paul. I know about 60% of the viewers out there to this channel are reliability engineers. I know that from feedback and from questions. And I bet a lot of you have that same problem. Just you're in a sense of frustration because you're doing all this work, you know how to fix it, and you keep, death spiraling into reactive maintenance. And you're not better on Friday than you were on Monday based on what you learned. I actually have a lot of experience dealing with this. I can't guarantee you that my solution that I've implemented several times and that I highlight here will help your plant, but it's a success story of mine, and perhaps you can use it. We'll see. Okay. First of all, I've got 531 subscribers. 60% of the viewers out there, people that watch the videos, are not subscribers. I have great analytics with YouTube. Hey folks, hit subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm recommend this video to other people in the reliability and maintenance space, okay? There's artificial intelligence learning, and when people recommend this video or have comments or likes or are subscribers, that helps that algorithm send it out to more people. It's the best thing you can do to help spread the word of what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to do with you on this channel. Hey, number two, got two requests for you. Everyone, hey, send this video. Maybe not this one, but for example, this one, send it on to a friend and say, hey, just check this out. We need to spread this word. We need this channel to take off. If it helps you, good chance it'll help somebody else. Hey, this is Joe Kuhn of Lean-Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between best practices that you should be doing, but just can't quite figure out how to do in your culture because of the issues of the day. Okay, so Paul's current state, 50% reactive for himself personally and 50% strategic. But the recommendations that he's coming up with in that strategic work, it's just not being executed, and it's frustrating. Good chance you're in a highly reactive culture. Work hours for your craft people are probably somewhere around 50% reactive, and you're doing 50% PMs or some daily works that is planned. It could be PM routes, it could even be PDM routes. Okay, but let's say you're 50-50 planned and unplanned work. And I'm telling you, I've got almost 100% 100% examples of this being correct. Your wrench time's probably about 15%. Horrible efficiency is taking place on the actual planned work that you're doing. So here's the action, okay? I'm gonna get very specific here. Paul, next week, conduct a go and see event for yourself. Spend 3 days out there seeing the reality of PM execution. This planned work execution, go and see it. Minimum 3 days. Look for is the work they're doing, is it based on failure mode? Look at the number of resources, just look how they're executing it. Does that work? How does it fit with the problem solving that you've done, with the PDM routes that are being done? See if it makes sense. Are the PMs part of an effective equipment maintenance plan, or quite often they're just based on fear? Fear-based PMs are ones, maybe you had a quality incident 5 years ago and somebody said, like a plant manager said, I want a mechanic to look at that every week. So 5 years later, we're looking at every week and it's not based on failure mode. Okay, so Paul, that's what you do next week. Okay, then you go into the maintenance manager's office and you sell the idea of a PM Kaizen. Tell them about your observations that you just made. PM Kaizen 1. There are 3 phases that I like to have with PM Kaizen. Some people call this PM optimization. But I break it up into 3 phases because I want to front load the savings. Okay, PM Kaizen 1, eliminate stupid. That's my phrase, eliminate stupid. Spend about 30 seconds on the recurring PMs that you have. 30 seconds. You're looking at resources, you're looking at duration, you're looking at frequency, and is it covered by PDM? You're just glancing at it, spending 30 seconds on it, say, does this make any sense at all? And if it does, put it over here in the good pile. If it doesn't, what quick changes can you make? This makes no sense. Why are we doing this once a week? We should be doing this once a month. Make those quick changes that are just dumb things that you're doing. You'll be surprised that you'll cut about 10% of your PM work hours just with PM Kaizen 1. You front load that savings. Takes about a day. Get a group of stakeholders together, planners, supervisors, and you, and just go through that exercise. 3 or 4 of you sitting around a table. You can add craft people. Sometimes craft people in they're a little guarded. What if this happens? What if that happens? You know, it's also a penalty if in these PMs you put in corrective work. If the PM is an inspection and the inspection takes an hour, that PM is an hour, maybe an hour and a half, longest. You don't put in PM plus any necessary repair times. Let's put that in for 8 hours. That mucks up the backload, drives efficiency through the floor when you put unplanned corrective work in a PM. That's a no-no, folks. Feel-good PMs, I already talked about those. Look for those feel-good PMs. So that's PM Kaizen 1, pretty simple. Huge impact, 10% in a day, okay? PM Kaizen 2, optimize. Spend 5 minutes on each PM. Look for more efficiency opportunities. As an example, no feedback on the last 6 PMs. So we've done this PM 6 times. The operator said the mechanic said everything was fine. Hey, change the frequency of that. Example number 2, look at, hey, do we do a good job of kitting and staging this job? And do we have it adequately planned? How can we make that job a little bit more efficient? So you're looking at each PM pretty rapidly, only 5 minutes, and looking at how can we further optimize that. I've seen another 10, 12, 15% in this PM Kaizen 2. Once people start warming up to the PM Kaizen process, you're going to get another big bite there. PM Kaizen 3, that's reliability engineering. Folks, that's Paul, that's your job. That's an asset by asset review to optimize the equipment maintenance plan, okay? No one wants, here's a problem I've seen in every plant. No one wants to own the risk of PMs. So you've got 5 PMs and you think 3 of them are good, 2 of them are trash. Who's going to take the ownership of canceling the 2? A lot of people just say, well, I assume that's you. I assume that's you. Okay, put on your reliability engineer hat and it's you. Okay, you own the equipment maintenance plan. You think 3 of them PMs are right? Keep the 3. Tell them to chuck the 2. Okay, no one wants to own it. You own it. Okay, hey folks, those are the actions. Some results. I've seen 30% of the resources freed up from these 3 Kaizens happening in 90 days. Okay. 30% of your planned resources freed up. Think about that. Think about what that opportunity that presents. Okay, I mentioned kit stager. I love the kit stager. You got poor wrench time. The number one thing to do is add a kit stager to get the wrench time from 15% to 30% in 30 days. Folks, I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. It can happen. It's not a dream. Low battery, close. Sorry about that. An example of that. You have 30 crafts, 15% doing emergency work, 15% doing planned work. Okay, so 30% of the PMs you kick out through this PM Kaizen process. Okay, so you free up 5 people out of the 15 people doing planned work. That's 5 people freed up. 5 people freed up just from your PM Kaizen that you did over 90 days, okay? And then you go on to, those 15 people that you have doing planned work, you're going to double the wrench time by adding a kit stager. All of a sudden, you've got 15 people freed up, So you add that up, you got 15, you got 20 FTEs freed up. And the math doesn't seem to add up, but it does, okay? So huge opportunities in efficiency of this planned work, doubling wrench time with a kit stager, and then the PM Kaizen, get about 5 people. Okay, now your sales pitch to the manager, okay? Tell them that you're going to lead this change. You're going to lead these Kaizens, okay? And you're going to lead that. You're going to get everybody together. You're going to facilitate that, okay? But what your ask is, I want 33%, 1/3 of the hours saved to be invested in our strategic problems, okay? So, you know, if you free up 5 FTEs through all this, that's a bad number. Say 6, say 6. You want 2 of them freed up, so that's 80 hours a week that get to implement the things, the strategic actions from your plan. So I know I'm jumping around numbers here, but ask for a third of the savings. Give the manager 67% back to do whatever he or she wants to do, whether they have some agenda, whether they may have some other safety work they want to knock out. They may want to build a PDM team. Hey, we only got 2 people doing PDM. Let's put 4 in that group, okay? Or let's get a lube tech in that group. They may also have 3 people looking to retire at the end of the year. Hey, let's not replace them. You know, through this efficiency, we can save cost, we can add a lube tech, and we can get some of these strategic things done. Folks, it's a winner. It's a winner. I've repeated this several times and implemented it myself a couple of times as the asset owner, okay? Some of you out there are saying, hey, I'm a reliability engineer. This looks like I'm doing the maintenance manager's job. Hey, I'll argue, folks, you own the equipment maintenance plan, okay? And if you are aware of efficiency problems, hey, especially if you're an engineer, you've taken an oath to solve problems and drive out efficiencies, okay? Help others see those efficiencies. Maybe take them along in an observation process. You know, you did that 3 days. Ask them, hey, can I give you for 2 days next week and show them these efficiencies? And you be the facilitator. I'm telling you what, you can free up enormous resources to get things done using this Kaizen process. And then all of a sudden your 50% unplanned work that you're doing starts dropping down to 40, starts dropping down to 30, down to 20, down to 10. This is the start. This is the catalyst to a reliability culture can be this PM Kaizen process. It was at my plant. It was at my plant. That's what I'll say. The PM Kaizen process kicked everything off. Hey folks, begin your journey. This is not that hard. Hey, let me know if I can help you out, give you pointers. Go to my website, check some things out there. If I can help you out in any way, send me a note, send me an email, give me a call, free 1-hour consultation, no strings attached. I want you to be successful. This is Joe out.